Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Tom, and today is our unit on technology as we proceed through the hot summer.
Yeah.
And we're talking about robots in today's program. We've all seen them before, especially in movies. The robots are like us, you know, they walk around and stuff like that. But
They're
in
scary.
reality, robots can't really walk. They're really clumsy. They need wheels and stuff to roll around.
Oh, yeah. In the movies, they always walk. Yeah, especially that one with Will Smith where the robots take control.
iRobot, yeah.
That was so scary.
That was about 10 years ago or so.
They're not as smart as we think yet.
Yeah, well, they're getting there. We never know. But
I know.
In any case, of course, scientists and researchers are always trying to figure out ways to get those robots to walk, which isn't easy. We all kind of take walking for granted. We just kind of put one foot in front of the other, and we're good to go. But that's not so easy for robots. There are all sorts of factors involved in walking, which we take for granted.
Yes.
But we'll be talking about some of those details as our lesson continues. So let's get to it, everybody. Let's read the entire contents of our lesson, and we'll be right back to discuss it.
Humans have been walking on two legs for millions of years. So one would have thought by now we would understand the action well. Yet despite all our innate knowledge, we have struggled to build a bipedal robot. Those on show at the 2015 DARPA Robotics Challenge, while sophisticated, were so clumsy that they couldn't even manage to climb up a few steps. The truth is that taking even a single step requires multiple body parts to work in a symphony of mechanical efficiency. Walking requires agility, balance, numerous sets of muscles, and more. In addition, our bodies can still react rapidly if something goes wrong. It's no wonder that robot designers have a hard time creating a robot that can run all of these processes at once. Designers are not giving up, though. They continue to work on their creations and are slowly getting nearer to their goal. One robot called Atlas, designed by Boston Dynamics, was filmed hiking through snow and up an uneven surface, while another, South Korea's DRC Hubo, has wheels on its knees and feet so it can change shape. Researchers are working on still another robot called Atreus to investigate the fundamental principles behind walking. There are many reasons why scientists want to build walking robots. These machines could work in places that are too dangerous for humans. For example, they could safely enter Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. Moreover, the more we learn about how to make robots walk, the better able doctors will be to help people walk again after terrible accidents. With all these motivations and more to spur them on, robotics companies worldwide are pushing themselves to build better and better bipedal robots. Despite the challenges, it surely won't be too long before robots are walking beside us into the future.
All right, everybody, let's talk about our article in detail here. We're talking about baby steps for walking robots. Baby steps, of course, are the steps that babies take, but that, of course, means small steps in which you don't have a lot of progress for a long period of time.
Yeah, or if you're learning something and you've never done it before. You know, I've had, for example, when I first went rock climbing, my friend just said, hey, Steph, baby steps, baby steps. Don't try to do too much too fast. So if you're starting a new sport or new hobby, sometimes it's just baby steps at first. Don't do too much. You know, especially maybe weightlifting. You don't want to lift too much weight or kill your muscles. Will just So baby steps at first. Go slow as you get to know what you're doing.
One step at a time. So we're making a little bit of progress here with walking robots. As we mentioned before, it's kind of difficult to make robots walk. And let's introduce this topic in the first paragraph here. It says, humans have been walking on two legs for millions of years. So one would have thought by now we would understand the action well. That seems kind of reasonable.
Yeah.
We've been walking upright on our two legs for millions of years. So, yeah, we should know exactly how it works. It seems like it's pretty simple. And we would understand the action, how the muscles work, the nerves, the bones, the joints, how all those things work together so that we can walk down the aisle of a supermarket and pick out some apples or something like that.
Yeah, but it's really not as easy as we seem to think. There are a lot of things going on as we walk. So, yet despite all our innate knowledge, we have struggled to build a bipedal robot, a robot that can just walk upright like a human. So when you have innate knowledge, it's knowledge that you kind of were born with or it's natural. You should know that. But even though this is true, it hasn't been easy, and I don't keep up with robot technology, Tom, so I didn't know this. I assumed we had robots that could walk like they do in the movies. They must be actors in costumes, perhaps.
Probably, yeah. Or CGI or whatever.
Maybe CGI, too. Those on show, they're having sort of an exhibition, those on show that are being shown at the 2015 DARPA Robotics Challenge. While sophisticated, if it's sophisticated technology, it means it's very advanced. They're not just simple robots. These are robots that are machines that have been developed to a very high degree of complexity. They're sophisticated. They were so clumsy that they couldn't even manage to climb up a few steps. If a person is clumsy, I know someone who's clumsy. She's just a friend. She tends to bump into things and kind of, trips and falls a little bit more than most people. And it's hilarious, but she's just clumsy. I don't know where that comes from. But most athletes that are participating in sports, they're anything but clumsy. They're very coordinated. We would say, oh, you're very coordinated. Clumsy is the opposite.
I can't think of a sport where clumsy would be an advantage.
No. Swimming? I don't know. You can't hurt anybody in a pool. But
but still, if you're clumsy, you're going to be taking forever to swim from one side of the pool to the other.
Yeah.
You've got to have your movements be sophisticated and clear and direct. So, yes, indeed, these robots were so clumsy that they couldn't even manage to climb up a few steps. Yeah, and that's a modern robot exhibition, the Robot Challenge, and we've got robots that can't even walk.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on there? Well, in the next paragraph here, it says, the truth is that taking even a single step requires multiple body parts to work in a symphony of mechanical efficiency. Yeah, that kind of describes what walking is all about. We've got multiple body parts working together. Multiple means many. Our toes, our feet, our ankles, our thighs, our knees, etc. They're all working together. These are all the body parts, and they're working in a symphony of efficiency. Symphony here, that can mean a couple of things. A symphony oftentimes, of course, refers to an orchestra where you've got all sorts of different instruments, violins and flutes and clarinets and
brass
trombones.
Instruments, wind instruments, yeah.
And the timpani and stuff. That's a symphony orchestra. And then, of course, orchestras perform a musical piece, which is called a symphony, like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. That's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. But in this particular case, we're talking about things working together and producing mutual results for mutual benefit.
Yeah, so it's a symphony of mechanical efficiency. If something's mechanical, it means it has something to do with machines. This is the adjective form of machine, which is a noun. Mechanical. Efficiency means no effort is wasted. This word comes from being efficient. If you're an efficient worker, you don't waste time. You get things done very quickly without a lot of wasted effort. So you want to be efficient. So efficiency is the noun form of that adjective we always see is efficient. Oh, you're very efficient. That's actually a very nice compliment. Walking requires what? Agility. If you're agile, agility is the noun form of this adjective, agile. If you're agile, wow, it's very easy for you to move gracefully. I would say that dancers and gymnasts are probably the most agile people we have. They're just able to move quickly and easily. They're very graceful. Balance, you can't fall over. Dancers have great balance. And numerous sets of muscles. Tom talked about all the parts of our bodies that are involved when we're walking. It's kind of It's kind of crazy. I never thought about it before, but our bodies are pretty much a miracle that we can do all these things. And trying to replicate it in a machine is it's harder than they thought, I think, at first.
Indeed. So all of these have come out over millions of years. And, of course, we've got all these things we can do with all these muscles and tendons and joints and cartilage and all that stuff. So, of course, it involves all these different things, agility, balance, muscles, etc. And in addition, our bodies can still react rapidly if something goes wrong. If we're walking during an earthquake or something like that, we can sense it and we can compensate so we don't fall down. We will react rapidly or quickly. Or if you're playing basketball and the other team steals the ball, hey, you need to switch directions and go to the other end of the court. So you are reacting rapidly and you'll still be on your feet.
That's right. So it's no wonder, it's not surprising that robot designers have a hard time creating a robot that can run all of these processes at once. This word processes is also pronounced processes. I've said it both ways, actually. I read it processes because I think it's easier for you guys to remember. So they are having a hard time trying to get this robot to walk like a human being. Designers aren't giving up, though. They continue to work on their creations and are slowly getting nearer to their goal. Each version of the robot gets better and better. When you talk about someone who's inventing or making something, you can call them a creator. Or you can talk about what they make as their creations. A creation can be anything. It could be someone who sews and creates a dress, or maybe a painter who has painted a painting. Maybe you're a composer and you wrote a song. Those are your creations. You created them yourself. You're not borrowing them from anybody else.
Yeah, let me play for you my latest creation on the guitar.
Cool.
My latest work of music here. But again, these designers and scientists and stuff are working on their creations and are getting closer and closer to their goal. And that, of course, is the goal of getting these robots to walk just like human beings. We'll talk about some of the examples in just a couple of seconds, but right now we're going to listen to our Chinese teacher.
Hello everyone, my name is Tina. 今天首先一刚开始我们有提到这里讲到人类呢是 walking on two legs for millions of years. 对我们来讲，我们用双脚走路已有数百万年的历史了。而第一个空格要填什么？其实呢，按照这样子前面背景因素，我们来看一下第一个空格后面的句子写着Those on show at the 2015 DARPA Robotics Challenge, while sophisticated, were so clumsy that they couldn't even manage to climb up a few steps. 在这里提到2015年的这个美国的机器人挑战赛，虽然这些机器人看起来都非常的 sophisticated, 很精密，但是对他们来讲呢，他们甚至没有办法呢爬几阶的楼梯。可见呢，从这样子倒推回来，第一题我们可以选择 C 选项。Sentence C 里面提到Yet, despite all our innate knowledge, we have struggled to build a bipedal robot. 虽然呢，我们内在天生呢，就对于走路非常了解了，但是我们仍然呢，是很努力的要发展，建造出一个可以用双足行走的机器人。所以第一题标准答案选 C， 就可以搭配后面提到的这些机器人挑战赛所面临的困难。接着来看到第二段的第一个句子提到 The truth is that taking even a single step requires multiple body parts to work in a symphony of mechanical efficiency. 在这里提到虽然只是简单的一步，可它需要的是 multiple body parts， 很多身体的部位呢，要用一种呢 a symphony of mechanical efficiency， 我们中文翻译成为在力学上是有效率的一种和谐运作。在这样的情况之下，第二题我们可以选择 F 选项。Sentence F 里面提到 Walking requires agility. balance, numerous sets of muscles, and more. 既然是一个力学上有效率的和谐运作，所以 sentence F 就提到走路其实需要的是 agility, 敏捷、灵活、平衡balance 以及呢肌肉的这些很多组的配合才能够达成，所以符合文意。第二题的标准答案就选择 F 选项。接着我们来看到第三段的第一个句子写着 Designers are not giving up though. 虽然困难重重，但是设计者呢依然没有放弃，所以接着我们第三题可以选择 A 选项，没有放弃当然要继续努力咯。Sentence A 里面提到 They continue to work on their creations and are slowly getting nearer to their goal. 没有放弃，继续的朝着他们的创造来努力，而且慢慢的越来越接近他们的目标了。所以第三题搭配文意，正确答案选择 A 选项。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're talking about baby steps for walking robots. Even though humans have been walking for millions of years on their two legs and doing it very well, I must say, we're not able yet to create these robots who can mimic or copy humans' walk just the same. It's very hard to do it because we now understand...Wow, walking's not just two legs moving. It involves a lot of muscles. It involves your brain. It involves nerves, your knees, everything. So they're having a hard time coming up with a robot that is walking as smoothly and gracefully and agilely as some of people. So we got down to the point where we're talking about designers not giving up. So here are some of the robots that are pretty recent. There's one robot called Atlas.It was designed by Boston Dynamics. That's the name of the company. And it was filmed hiking through snow. That's pretty good because snow's hard to walk in if you've never done it. He was hiking through snow. I don't know if it's a him. I called him a him.
I wonder if it was wearing snowshoes.
Yeah, maybe. The robot's walking through snow and is also able to walk up an uneven surface. If something is uneven, the levels are not the same. So a road could go high and then low and then high and then low. It's hard to walk. It's hard to ride on an uneven surface. It's definitely hard, though, to skate.on an uneven surface. So this robot sounds like he's doing a pretty good job, although I have not seen the film.
And then from South Korea, we've got another robot called DRC Hubo, or Hubo, however you pronounce it.
I said Hubo, but who knows?
Hubo sounds like a name. It sounds cute.
It's South Korea.
But it might be from the Korean language. We're not sure. But in any case, it has wheels on its knees and it has wheels on its feet, so it can change shape. I guess you'd actually have to see a picture of that or a video on YouTube to see exactly how it works. Check it out. Do a search there. And that's how it moves here. I guess that's considered walking in a way.Yeah,
I guess. So researchers are also working on still another. So we've talked about two so far. Here's still another. One more robot. This one's called Atreus. And this is going to investigate the fundamental principles behind walking.Sounds like they're really going to do more in-depth research on how human beings actually walk, which is great because it's going to help real people. Some of the soldiers who have lost their legs in bombs, you know, maybe they'll be able to come up with a better way for them to walk. So when you talk about investigating something,going to look into it. You could be a private investigator who checks out someone's background or looks at a crime scene. Who knows? Police investigate crimes. So they look at what they find and they come to a conclusion when they look at the evidence. We're using the word fundamental principles to talk about basic principles behind walking. What is it that allows human beings to walk like we do? So fundamental means core or basic, something that's very central to something. It's very important to that thing.
Sounds like a research robot.
Yeah.
It's not actually a robot designed to walk, but actually to figure out how to walk. So it will gather data and readings and stuff like that.
Cool.
And that's what you do when you investigate. You gather information and stuff like that. So then later on, perhaps they'll be able to build a robot that can actually walk and maybe help replace missing limbs on some soldiers who have been maimed in war. Well, here in the next paragraph, it says there are many reasons why scientists want to build walking robots. We might be thinking, yeah, what the heck do we need those walking robots for? We can walk ourselves, or the robots that roll around on wheels are good enough. Why do they need to walk? Well, these machines could work in places that are too dangerous for humans.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, robots with wheels are going to need a flat surface, right?
Right.
So if we're going to send a robot into a place that doesn't have flat surfaces, then you're probably going to need to have walking robots.
Yeah, we already know that we use robots to go check out bombs, bombs that haven't detonated or exploded yet. But they need a flat surface because they cannot walk. They kind of roll on wheels. I've seen those. Boy, if we could just have a robot to check out bombs, that would be awesome. We could save a lot of lives that way. So, for example, they could safely enter Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. Fukushima is where we had the disaster after the big tsunami came and killed so many people. The nuclear power plant was damaged badly. And, we don't want to be around radiation. It kills people. So it would be nice if we could have robots who could safely go into that nuclear plant and we wouldn't have to risk people's lives. I know there were some wonderful men who went into the nuclear plant and it cost them their lives, but they were willing to sacrifice themselves to help others.
Sacrificing themselves for their country and for humanity.
Yeah.
And yes, indeed, these robots, I guess, would not be affected by the radiation and stuff like that. And moreover, or in addition, the more we learn about how to make robots walk, the better able doctors will be to help people walk again after terrible accidents. And that's pretty much what you were saying there earlier about people who maybe stepped on landmines in a war zone or something like that, or they got run over by a car and had to have their leg amputated or something like that, or maybe they were born without legs or something like that. So hopefully this will help doctors help those people walk again after they've damaged their legs and things like that.
Well, I think they're also going to learn a lot by doing this investigation of the fundamental principles of walking. So that those, maybe they still have their legs, but they've been paralyzed, which means their legs no longer feel. They can't feel their legs. They can't use them. Maybe they'll be able to help some of the paralyzed people as well with all that they learn about these fundamental principles of walking, which is a great thing. In the last paragraph, it says, with all these motivations and more to spur them on, robotics companies worldwide are pushing themselves to build better and better bipedal robots. When you have a motivation for something, it means you have a reason behind what you want to do. What's your motivation for achieving excellence in school? Or what's your motivation for practicing the piano all these hours every day? You practice 4 hours a day. What's your motivation?
Well, it's because your mother is a tiger mom and won't let you do anything but practice the piano for 10 hours a day.
Maybe someone wants to be a concert pianist and that's their career that they're shooting for. So the motivation is that career, so they're willing to practice.
Exactly. So yes, we've got these motivations, we've got these reasons to make these robots and more to spur them on. Here, spur is being used as a verb. I guess that means to actually encourage people to move forward. Spurs, of course, are worn by cowboys, and they poke them into the sides of the horse.
They're sharp, yeah.
They're sharp and they hurt, but they want the horse to start running. That's what spurs are, but here, again, we're using it as a verb to spur these scientists on, to encourage them, to motivate them, to make these robots that can walk.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Robotics companies, that's what we call these companies who produce robots of any size or shape. They're robotics companies. They're worldwide, so we've got people around the globe who are all working on this particular thing. And hopefully, these motivations we've talked about during this article will help them push themselves harder to build better and better bipedal robots. I think within the next 10 years, we're going to see some pretty amazing walking robots. Now, despite the challenges, it surely won't be too long before robots are walking beside us into the future. Maybe you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, and, maybe you can have a robot girlfriend or boyfriend one day who can walk alongside you as you go take a walk in the park.
I'm thinking they might have some application for the elderly population. They might make great caregivers or something like that. Might be able to do our shopping and stuff like that. So hopefully they
clean the house,
Yeah, they'll help us out, but hopefully they won't take jobs away from us, which is another subject we'll talk about some other day. But that brings us to the end of our explanation for now. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
第4题呢，我们就首先来看到第4段的第一个句子写着 There are many reasons why scientists want to build walking robots. 这里要提到了为什么科学家想要建造出会走路的机器人，理由有很多。那么第4题还要搭配后面提到的 For example, they could safely enter Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. 在这里提到这些机器人可以很安全的进入到日本的这个福岛的核电发电厂里面。搭配这样的文意，第4题我们可以选择 B 选项。Sentence B 里面提到 These machines could work in places that are too dangerous for humans. 这些机器人有一个很重要的原因理由，就是要让他们到这些对人类来讲太危险的地方来工作。所以搭配文意后面就举了例子，就是日本的福岛核电厂。所以搭配文意，第4题的标准答案就选择 B 选项。最后一段的第一个句子提到 With all these motivations and more to spur them on, robotics companies worldwide are pushing themselves to build better and better bipedal robots. 提到了很多的原因、理由以及呢目的 motivations. 那么很多全世界的机器人公司正在鞭策自己要建造出越来越好的双足行走的机器人。搭配这样的文意，第5题我们可以选择 D 选项。Sentence D 里面提到 Despite the challenges, it surely won't be too long before robots are walking beside us into the future. 尽管有这些种种的挑战，那么可想而知呢，不久我们就会看到机器人跟我们肩并肩迈向未来。在这里有结论句的语义跟效果，所以第5题的标准答案就选择 D 选项。OK， 以上就是今天的课文讲解，谢谢收听。
That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and please make sure to join us again next time. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.